Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Freehold Court here in Pullman, Washington, as we are here to close out the first weekend with this game right here in front of us, 5-seed Baylor versus 4-seed Rutgers, for the right to play 1-seed Creighton in the Sweet 16. For those that missed out on the action earlier, let me catch you up to speed. Earlier meaning today. We started off with a fantastic battle between 8-seed San Diego State and 1-seed Michigan, where the Wolverines ultimately pulled away in the end, but it was a great fight by the Aztecs. Then after that, the beginning of true chaos. 10-seed Memphis shocked 2-seed North Carolina, taking down the Tar Heels and getting back to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2031, which was the last time that they made the March Madness tournament. And then after that, the Cinderella story continues. 15-seed Bucknell ends up upsetting 7-seed Maryland, and they become the first 15-seed in LSL college basketball history to survive the first weekend and make it to the Sweet 16. But now here, a heavy hitter. Baylor, Rutgers, the Bears, the Scarlet Knights, for the right to play arguably the best team left in the entire tournament, Creighton. Hello everybody, I'm your play-by-play commentator for this one, Commissioner Daniel, and as of right now, I am the only commentator, but that might change at some point during the game. Who knows? I'm not sure. But with that said, let's take a closer look at how these two teams compare. This Baylor team, high scoring, but I'll be honest, part of me is worried that they may not match the numbers that they have produced. They almost got there against St. Francis, but again, it was, they just went on a run, and the red flash could not stop them. Meanwhile, for Rutgers, man, if they were so close to not even being here. 13-seed Hawaii pushed them to the limit, but they ultimately survived, and now have an opportunity to make it to the Sweet 16 for the first time since also 2031. The last time Baylor made the Sweet 16 in Legends College Basketball March Madness, I'm trying to remember. It has been a while. It has been a long time. They've consistently made the round of 32, but it has been a while since they've last made the Sweet 16. I'm trying to remember. I don't think they made it in 2030. They've never made it during the console era, so this would be a first for the Bears. But very interesting battle here, as Rutgers is a high-scoring team, and they could definitely match that. But if Baylor plays stellar defense, man, who knows? Does High School Hoops have a YouTube? No. High school is a different kind of simulation, but maybe in the future things change on that front. But anyways, it seems like we are just about ready to get started here and really get going as this is it. One final game before we have our full Sweet 16 field going forward. And refs have cleared off the courts, and we're ready to get going. Feels good to be here in Pullman for the conclusion of the first weekend. And as you can see, my words back it up, the winner will take on Creighton in the next round. Starting lineups. We first look at the Bears. Backcourt is Ren Renegade and Riker Krozovic. Up front is Damian Holmes, Mark Jaskolski, and Hugh Wilkins Jr. For Rutgers, their backcourt, CJ Hayes, Booger McFarland. Up front is Parker Carson, Jacob Stevens Jr., and Trey Krozovic. So an actually brother versus brother matchup because of Raiku. And then there's Trey, so that's always fun. Oh, and Shiloh Wilkins is on Rutgers still, and Hugh Wilkins Jr. So a lot of family involved here. But anyway, Stevens and Jaskolski meet, and it's going to be the Bears that start us off tonight. And here's Raiku trying to work in on Captain CJ Hayes. He's become known for that moniker, and almost tipped away already, but Riker Krozovic picks it up and drills the 2-ball easily. Rutgers struggled with Hawaii's attack, but mainly it was because they had a dominant center. Oh, turnover right into the hands of Ren Renegade. He dunks it down. Quick start for the Baylor Bears. This backcourt is deadly, and this Baylor team has really stuck together for the better part of the last few seasons. Stevens picks up the loose ball, and it does not bounce in. little bit of a rough start here for Rutgers as they're trying to force passes on this Baylor defense, but maybe they'll figure out how to attack them. Renegade, Brozovic, down low, Jaskalski, pull up, does not go. Jaskalski has started quite a while for Baylor now. Look at Trey Brozovic. Spin it around, dipsy-do. And Rutgers finally on the board after a little over a minute. But Jaskalski used to be a backup player, but after Cooper Laza transferred out, he had a very increased role as Brozovic knocks down the jumper, and all of a sudden, it feels like the brothers are battling each other. And, oh, what a feed to Jacob Stevens, who just flips it in. Great pass in stride to one of the most, if not the most important player in this Rutgers front court. Oh, Hugh Wilkins Jr. little jumper is off the mark. A little bit to the right, it seemed like. Booker McFarland to Parker Carson. Wants to drive in. He does through the contact. No, sir. Gets his own miss, but he comes up short again. A lot of these Baylor Bears have been loyal to this program, even though they've, for the most part, have not seen much success. Oh, Jaskalski, three-pointer. No, sir. Rebounded by McFarland. The Baylor team that won't hesitate to shoot. Same with Rutgers, but right there, Parker Carson had wide open space, but instead gives it off to Stevens, and he misses. Good job by Baylor so far to stay in front of their man. Jaskalski tries again. This time he nails it all nylon. Good three ball. Big 10 versus Big 12. One of those matchups that we always love to see, especially in basketball. Those conferences are always known to have the best. McFarland three ball. A little off, and Jaskalski collects. And Renegade. Renegade. His other brothers have already been eliminated from this tournament. One with Gonzaga, the other with Villanova. Damian Holmes feeds in. Renegade. Mid-range jumper, it goes. Baylor off to a hot start. Now Captain Hayes, CJ, trying to lead things. Oh, Brozovic, little three. That was a laser shot, did not go down. Off the back iron. Now here's Raikou again. Bounce pass in. Back out to him. They playing this slow. They have no reason to rush things, but Renegade takes a little bit of a contested jumper that does not go in for him. Down low in the mid-range now. Carson and this Rutgers offense has stalled out a little bit. Scoreless for over 2 minutes until Captain Hayes puts him back on the board. He had an impressive performance against Hawaii. Probably the reason why the tragedy was avoided, but right there, Brozovic just gives it right back to Rutgers. McFarland, three ball in stride, knocks it down, big shot. You let Rutgers get into space like that, they will make you pay more often than not. Holmes swings it in. Hugh Wilkins draws the foul on Brozovic. That's his first. Trey, that is, because there's another one, Raikou, who's his teammate. Trey's another important player for this Rutgers team that should really stay on the court. His floor stretching ability is something that Rutgers will probably struggle without. Good first free throw by Hugh Wilkins Jr. His brother Shiloh is one of the main rotation players for the Scarlet Knight squad. And he gets both. Good free throws there by Hugh. Now, CJ Hayes working again, trying to avoid the double. He does. Good maneuver. McFarland wide open from three again. Doesn't make Baylor pay this time around. The Bears got lucky right there. This is a much improved Baylor team. Raikou just pulls it from three and just drills it. Baylor all of a sudden, through their turmoil and their times of self-doubt, have developed resilience and a killer instinct. As another mid-range shot right there for the Scarlet Knights. You can see the fire that they possess. Renegade pulls himself Can't get it to go that time. A little bit of a heat check right there. Already 5 minutes in. It's Captain Hayes. And a little pass inside to Parker Carson. Beautiful find. They would have split the defense right there. Find themselves some space down low. This Baylor team isn't overly tall, but they're just disciplined with how they position themselves. Renegade over to Wilkins, I believe. Jaskolski, little pull up too. We got it. Savvy shooter. This big man averages over 24 points a game for this Baylor squad, or averaged over the regular season. Hayes works in, dives in, little floater, does not go, and Krozovich gets the board. Great command of the floor. That's what Riker Krozovich has. He can definitely split some of that, responsibility with Renegade. That time, Jaskolski can't get that one to go. And rifles it in. Hayes, little two ball, does not go. Heavily contested. Somehow Carson got the board and draws the foul on Damian Holmes. It's important for Rutgers to also find themselves, opportunities at the charity stripe. Carson's been a long time Scarlet Knight. Came off the bench for a couple of years when Trey Clark was here. But once he transferred to New Mexico, Parker Carson took over. And he has been solid as a rock for the Rutgers at that wing spot. And Krozovich avoids the double. Hands it off. Damian Holmes down low. Renegade off the glass. And no, somehow got his own miss though. Look at Renegade go. And there's Teeter. Commish Teeter, high school commish Teeter. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. And Krozovich, that's a deep two ball. Wow. You see, that's the ability that I'm talking about. Trey Krozovich is a man that is very much so needed for Rutgers on the floor. But they do have DeMarcus Cousins the fourth if, for whatever reason, they don't have him. Oh, what a pass in. Renegade misses the shot, though. Hands it off. McFarland gives it up. Krozovich draws the foul, and that's on Wilkins Jr. So more free throws coming. This game will get chippy at times. This is what they like to do. And looks like Wilkins Jr. is coming off the floor for Austin. I'm trying to find who that is exactly. I don't remember the name. Is it Glenn Austin? Gavin Austin. It is Gavin Austin now at the game, the sophomore, as Trey Krozovich knocks down the first free throw. And good trip right here for Trey. Look at Rutgers. They want to put Baylor into a blender and force them to cough it up. Skalski, Krozovich, pass to Renegade. Renegade, three ball. Got it. Can't leave him that wide open. Eight and a half minutes to go. Over to McFarland, who sits in the corner. Over to Captain Hayes. Captain Hayes, low mid-range jumper. He got it. Riker Krozovich, his main assignment should be just contesting those shots. Here's Austin. Bounce pass in. Holmes just slams it down. They got through that defense. And pass inside. Carson takes a mid-range shot, and he gets that one to go. A little back and forth here between these two heavyweights in the West region. IQ bumping off Hayes. They got the same number. Austin trying to drive in. Draws the foul on Parker Carson. That's his first. Gavin Austin, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a transfer from San Diego. As some changes are made, Ben McDermott is now in the game. I'm not sure who is not in now. Right to guess, looks like. Not sure. Oh, that's not. Oh, sorry, that's not. That's not McDermott. That's Alvaro Ovejero that's now in the game, and now Austin comes out. Got my names mixed up. Where's Tommy when you need him, huh? Yeah. I don't know. Lame. Lame of him to not show up. There's pressure though. Dash Bozo's now in the game. Over to Captain Hayes. McFarland on a wide open miss. He elects to not shoot it. Tries to get it instead to Cousins the fourth. It's turned over. Where's that? No, it's Clutch Thompson. It's one of the two. Yeah, it's Clutch Thompson. We'll pass inside. Krozovich hands it off. Low jumper right there by the freshman Alvaro Ovejero. And good jumper right there by DeMarcus Cousins the fourth. He had a real impact, a real big impact against the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors in the round of 64. Hawaii's a team I'm sure we'll see again at some point. Oh, wow, pass tipped away and missed anyways. Baylor didn't turn it over, but missed their chance regardless. Now here's McFarland. And here's Hayes, feeds it down low. Bozo, 2-ball goes for the sophomore. Rutgers has got a few guys for the future that they could definitely build around. Oh, 3-ball, Holmes. No, sir. Rebounded by Cousins the fourth. Here's Dash again, filling in for Parker Carson. Pretty versatile forward. Bounce pass in. Bozo once more. That time a little off the back iron. Here comes Renegade. Pass inside. What a move right there by Hugh Wilkins Jr. getting crafty with it. This Baylor team playing Rutgers tough. Clutch Thompson gets it to McFarland. Had a wide open shot. Passed it up. Hayes. 2-ball. Way off. Right there, Wilkins Jr. cleans up. Under 6 minutes to go. Renegade just playing this patiently over to Holmes, who was near half court. Pass over. Deep 2. Krozovich, no. Wilkins gets the board, and he puts it back in. Also, Commissioner Teeter is through Twitch. That's why he doesn't see your YouTube chat. 3-ball by McFarland goes down. That was timely. Remember, folks, this is streamed both on Twitch, YouTube. I know I'm risking saying that. Get Wilkins, a little 2-ball. Got it to go. Got a very reliable mid-range shot. Looks better? It depends on who you ask. McFarland over to Captain Hayes. Captain Hayes tries a 3 of his own, and it spins out on him. Unfortunate. They're getting good looks. He's not able to capitalize on all of them. Renegade tries his luck, and it spins out on him too. 2 unfortunate misses on both ends. Back to back. Now here's Bozo. Slows down, waits for his teammates to get back. Ready to get set. Hayes. Cousins the fourth in the corner. Gets the dash. Dash. Fade away 2-ball. He knocks it down. An interesting passing here. A little bit too much going on. And Baylor turns it over. Sometimes keeping it simple is the best way to go. Hayes will back up, reassess the situation, gets blocked, and that is a bad foul. I'll call it here. That is a bad foul. He got all ball. That should have never been called. And substitutions are made. As Captain Hayes will now go to the free throw line. Undeservedly, but it is what it is now. First free throw goes for CJ. Has been a Scarlet Knight his entire career. and has been a steadfast, a solid, reliable presence for the Scarlet Knights throughout his entire collegiate career. And even though those free throws were undeserved, he cashed them in, and he'll get a rest. And Jacob Connect is now in. Recently transferred in from Xavier. Here's, I think, Aaron Yeager, if I'm not mistaken. De'Leonte Love, better be careful. He doesn't step back. Wow. Yeager over to McDermott. Ben McDermott. Baylor just playing this thing slow. You might as well. Good feed in. Little two ball goes. I think that was Ben McDermott. Baylor's super experienced, but they have a couple of young guns that they can build around for the future. Connect. Bozo gets it to Stevens. Stevens, two ball does not go. Rebounded by Jaskolski, who's now back in the game. Alvaro Ovejero put in some solid minutes, the freshman. Dermott, a little bit too ambitious on the pass, and it ends up in Rutgers' hands. And long pass in to Trey Krozovic, and he knocks it down right in Gavin Austin's face. That's over again, tipped away, but somehow collected. Little two ball, spins out on Yeager. Rutgers can tie things up if they play things well, but instead they'll turn it over. Once again, getting a little too optimistic with the passing. Gavin Austin, three ball, way off. Rebounded by Stevens. And rifles it ahead to Dash Bozo, already getting in position. Rutgers knows what they want to do. So does Baylor. Pass inside. Carson's back in the game. Little fadeaway. Two ball. Rattles in for him, and we're tied. Been an excellent game so far between these two. Both flashing the skills. Austin. McDermott. Jaskolski. That's a deep two. Cashes it in. It's dangerous passing, though. Baylor at some point will pay a bit for the risky passes. And thank you very much for the foul, Nurin. I think that's what it is. Bozo, fadeaway two, does not go. A little bit off balance. Less than 90 seconds left in the first half. And pass inside, Jaskolski, a little hook shot. No, but McDermott tips it in on the follow-up. That veteran presence. Rutgers has a bunch of it too, though. Don't get it twisted. Oh, but it's tipped away right there. Bad pass by Parker Carson, and now ends up in De'Leonte Love's hands. Got less than a minute, and it's rifled, but instead it's turned over again. Parker Carson hands it off. Stevens gets blocked from behind. And they say it's off of Jacob Stevens. Folks, I'm gonna exercise my ability to pull up a replay when the game doesn't do it. I am interested to see when was this out of bounds. Okay. Let's see. What's a good position? Like right here, I think. Alright, there you go. Blocked. Okay, so what happens? So somehow the ball ends up inside his chest. You love to see it. So did it go off like his legs technically? I think so. Yeah, you can see the ricochet. Yep, alright, makes sense. Alright. No pre-recruiting in chats, by the way, fellas. That's all I'm gonna say. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Renegade, Jaskolski, to Krozovic, fade away, two ball, no. And rebounded by McFarland. Come on, what'd you expect? A three ball, CJ Hayes does not go. The shot clock is off. Something that Baylor likes. They can slow it down. Intricate passing here, interesting. And pass inside again. Baylor just overplaying their hand. All of a sudden, Rutgers got an opportunity here with 5 seconds. Carson Gives it up. Stevens. 2-ball. It goes. 2-ball falls through. And Rutgers closes the gap by just a little bit. Baylor only leads by 2 at half. Make no mistake, it is still anybody's game in this contest. Only a 2-point difference. I think main thing is both teams are dealing with turnover issues. What's new? Seems like that's the thing most of the time. Baylor shooting pretty well from 3 so far, just a tad under 40%. I think for Rutgers' case, just let Baylor overplay their hand. But we'll see how things unfold as the Scarlet Knights start us off the second half. All starters are back out there. Carson drives in, draws the foul, already getting free throws, and that's on Jaskolski. Good aggressive take to start things off. And it's Parker Carson back at the free throw line. First free throw goes. The real ones on stream will know this, but high school national championship tomorrow, that is a W. Love to see it. Love to hear it. And Carson will tie things up. Now's Baylor's turn to get moving and grooving. Pressure here from Rutgers. Don't get caught up in it. Oh, that was close. Wow. Wilkins. My gosh, this pressure. Wow, they almost turned it over twice. Bounce pass in. Renegade, 2-ball. Misses anyways. Now Captain Hayes. Slowly settling things down as he should. Carson. McFarland, that's a corner 3. McFarland, way off. But Krozovic, it falls right into his hands. Somehow misses. Baylor on a little bit of a scoreless run. Kind of turning back, to the first half, the end of it. Renegade. Bounce pass. I tried to bounce pass. Nothing going there. Now McFarland and Rutgers think they have numbers. Feeds it, but no. Baylor got back in time, and that was an unnecessary pass. They should have slowed it down. Which is what Baylor will do. Wilkins at the logo. Over to Damian Holmes. Holmes, bounce pass in. Jaskolski settles for the 2. It's a clean shot. Crowd is getting into it. They have been in it all night. 3-ball. Parker Carson drills it. Had some distance on that 2. Connected on the bomb. Renegade getting it. Renegade. Jaskolski. 2-ball. Does not go. Krozovic rebounds and Rutgers gives the ball back with an unnecessary pass backwards. The game honestly is kind of summed up by that. Rutgers, it may have happened on Rutgers' end, but it's a representation for both teams. It's like good play here and awful play the next. And somehow still Baylor's ball and Jaskolski puts it in. What in the world just happened there? And I think Jaskolski was out of bounds, but again, refs didn't see it, so can't do anything about it. Carson to Hayes. Hayes, fade away 2, way off. Baylor moving fast. All of a sudden, Holmes just slows down. Should have just taken it. Holmes, Wilkins drives in, kicks it out. Jaskolski wants to work, kicks it out. Holmes, 3-ball, got it. Clean shot by Damian Holmes. Hayes dives into the corner, gives it up. Stevens, big slam. Powerful dunk right there by the senior, who's been a little bit of a journeyman. Started off at Georgetown for his freshman year, was there. Oh, fadeaway too clean by Wilkins Jr. Started off at Georgetown his freshman year, then transferred over to St. John's his sophomore year. And then when Pons accepted the job at Rutgers, he followed him there and has been Scarlet Knight for 2 years now, but it's tipped away. And again, Baylor getting their hands all over Rutgers' passing intentions. Brozovic and Renegade playing well. Oh, what a pass to Wilkins Jr. The link-up play, incredible. All of a sudden, Rutgers, it's in their best interest. Slow things down. Been playing a little bit too fast for their liking. Rifles it. Brozovic wants to work, but he loses the ball. Here come the Bears. All of a sudden, that defensive rate has picked up. Pass in, Wilkins Jr., 2-ball. Oh, bounces out. Kind of felt that the roof would have potentially blown off this stadium, this arena. They got that go. Hayes, little 2-ball, goes. Drew back and forth affair between these two. Jaskolski rifles it in. Hugh Wilkins Jr. once again missing a shot from the mid-range. It's good passing, but just not much coming from it lately. Now McFarland as Rutgers once again slows things down. Pass it in. Brozovic, pump fake, shoots, and is off. Holmes collects. True back and forth game between these two. Here's Renegade. Rifles it, Jaskolski, Wilkins, and tries to get it to Jaskolski. Gets it anyways. Jaskolski, wild 3, way off. Brozovic gets the board though, off the glass and misses. Chaotic little possession there on Baylor's end. McFarland tries to drive in, bounce pass. Stevens, fadeaway 2, got it. We do not stream high school games here. They're unstreamable. Oh, wow, what a pass in. Jaskolski gets blocked, though, by Stevens, so it'll stay with Baylor here. Again, recapping that powerful slam. But Baylor here's got an opportunity to inbound. Just got to get somebody open. Holmes finds Renegade. He's wide open. Did not take the shot. Wilkins draws the foul anyways, and one. What a take by Wilkins Jr. That's on Brozovic. It's number 2 on him. Baylor understands the impact of having Hugh Wilkins Jr. in the game. Because when he is not available for Baylor, they tend to struggle. Oh, Hayes got ripped, but I think right there, Baylor got called for the reach and foul. Hayes and the Scarlet Knights just got bailed out right there. Now Rutgers resets. Bit of a zone look from Baylor, and it throws Rutgers off as they turn it over again. Oh, but Damian Holmes just gives it right back to Rutgers unnecessarily. Here comes McFarland. Surprised he didn't take that transition look, but again, turnover after turnover after turnover. It is a sloppy game over here in Pullman. But again, did we just go turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover? McFarland 3-ball. Yep, that's about right for how that sequence all ends. What a shot. Holmes, Wilkins, pass over. Jaskolski, deep 2, got it. Oh, really trying. I gotta make bread, homie. I gotta make bread. Stevens, 2-ball goes down. Well. And Brozovic is knocked away. He was blanketed yet still attempted the pass. It's interesting work Krozovic misses the shot, but Stevens follows up somehow. Baylor didn't get to it before him. Pass in, Wilkins Jr. deep 2. Got it. And tipped away. Ends up in the hands of Stevens. Rush shot. Here come the Bears. A lot of off-ball movement for Baylor here. Renegade. Bounce pass in. Krozovic. Pull up 2. Got it. Raiku, that is. High screen set. He instead gets it in. Stevens with the hook shot. It's off. They just run Renegade over to Holmes. Swings it out and they turn it over. Unnecessary pass backwards. Raiku Krozovic sunk too deep or too far back. Rutgers gets the ball back for free without having to do much. Changes made for both teams. Krozovic and Wilkins exit the game for Gavin Austin and DeMarcus Cousins IV. Carson will inbound to Captain Hayes. Back to him. Again, this little zone look by Scarlet Knights, but leaves CJ Hayes wide open. Can't capitalize. A rare off game by the usually reliable CJ Hayes. Rifles it. Jaskolski through the contact. No. Ober right there. I don't know who got the rebound. Looks like Krozovic. What a follow-up. Here's Hayes. Over to McFarland. Gets it to Cousins IV. Way off on the 2-ball. Baylor once again moving quickly, but just more so just to get into position. And pass inside is knocked away. McFarland did that all on his own. Scarlet Knights on a little bit of a scoreless run here. Again, Baylor forcing Rutgers to just think twice before rushing anything. Carson will dive in, though, and is blocked. McFarland picks it up, 3-ball. No, sir. That would have been a crazy shot if he got that one to fall down. We got 6.5 minutes left in this ball game. Baylor up by 6. Holmes over to Renegade. Pass inside, Jaskolski. What a block. Ends up in the hands of Krozovic, though. Still Baylor ball. Pass inside, Krozovic. 2-ball, and it's missed. Hectic sequence there. Carson in the corner, drives it in. Stevens draws the foul, and 1. What a play by Jacob Stevens Jr. Braced the contact, flipped it up and in. A beautiful play. Solid game for Jacob Stevens Jr. Nice to see him not have to deal with foul trouble. And a 3-point play is achieved. Baylor made a whole bunch of changes here. Yeager is now in. Gets it out to Ben McDermott. Super talented Baylor team. The depth that they have is honestly unreal. And, whoa, what a pass into DeLeonte Love, but he can't finish the play off. Is it up to McFarland? Heavily guarded, pass inside is tipped away and intercepted. Love over to Wilkins. Wilkins through the contact, and it will bounce out. That was close. Over to Captain Hayes. Captain Hayes drives in through the contact, off the glass and in. What a take by Captain Hayes. It's coming down to crunch time here. Only 1 point separates these teams. Been a fundamentally interesting game to watch. Alvaro Ovejero turns it over, though. It's a freshman mistake. Now Stevens dancing along. Almost turns it over and misses the 2-ball. Here's Baylor. Slowing things down overhead. Oh, almost turns it over. Geez, Baylor's playing with fire. McDermott. Alley-oop attempt to Wilkins Jr. does not connect. And it'll be Rutgers ball. And wholesale changes here for Rutgers as they take off a lot of their starters with less than 5 minutes to go. That's an interesting decision. Well, this Rutgers bench is rather reliable, I would say. Pro games are streamed. Right now, no. Obozo gets the 2 ball and Rutgers has the lead. I hope at some point we run the LBA. So Holmes 2 ball, got it. And all of a sudden, 4 minutes left in this ball game. And it's still anybody's game for the taking. Here's Shiloh Wilkins, brother of Hugh. They're both on the same court now, or they're both on the court at the same time. Now Krozovich trying to work. 2 ball off the mark. Cousins gets it, and it's fouled by Renegade, I think, as he's going to get free throws. I'm not sure how he got fouled. That is a phantom foul. 2 questionable foul calls right there on Baylor in this game. Tied up at 65 with that free throw there by DeMarcus Cousins IV. And the next free throw is missed, so we're tied. And pass is tipped away and intercepted. Baylor playing with way too much fire. I think it's too close of a game to roast anybody. Oh my gosh! Booger McFarland, you maniac. What a dunk. Oh my gosh. That's how you take the lead? That's crazy. Baylor down by 2 after that ferocious windmill dunk by McFarland. Jaskolski at the top of the key. Baylor's got to find somebody open. Krozovich 2-ball does not go. That was an insane dunk. Connect. Passes it out. McFarland 2-ball. Got it. All of a sudden, McFarland has come alive for Rutgers as they got a 4-point lead here. Pass over to Renegade. Over to Holmes. Wilkins Jr. Hop step in and gets blocked. Plays made defensively. Bozo. Cousins. Uncontested 2-ball goes. Baylor's got to snap out of this run of horrible play. Bounce pass in. Almost intercepted. It's blocked. So when are we going to roast the Rutgers coach? All right. Pons is also a football coach, and at Arkansas, he only won a grand total of 2 games. There, I roasted him. 3-ball by Cousins the 4th. Rutgers has just exploded. Timeout, Baylor. Unlike in basketball, unlike in basketball, Pons has no idea how to coach a football team to success. This has been one hell of a game, but man, and a complete explosion there by Rutgers. Hold on. You took over a team that was already built for you, my man. I don't really count that. Anyways, rifles it in. Jaskolski, 2-ball, off the mark. Baylor's completely lost it. And Carson with a wild 3 hits it. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Krozovich 2-ball got it, but at this point, they've let too much happen. And Rutgers at this point, one more score can seal this game for sure. Ode, where you been, dog? I've seen you be active on Discord this entire time. Stevens through the contact, forces it up, no, but Baylor's just, they got to get going. They want any shot. Oh, Krozovich 3-ball. Does not get it. And I think that's it. This Rutgers team is special. At this point, they're just hoping that they can get some misses out of their opponent. But at this point, it's a bit too late. A collapse at the end by Baylor gives Rutgers the opportunity here to put the icing on the cake. Captain Hayes, it'll bounce in from Wild. That was close. We were 2-10 before Iowa State. Buddy, do not lie. Don't lie. Brother, that was... Who was it that coached that team? I know the kid. He was a Syracuse fan just like you. Or, no, you're not a Syracuse fan. Like, McFall is a Syracuse fan. But that wasn't McFall. It was... I'm trying to remember the kid's name. I don't want to say it out loud because he used a fake name as for his coach. Yeah, only one Big 12 team remains. That's crazy. Unclassified information? Unclassified means it's public. Should we let him find out for himself? I think so. It shouldn't be too hard. All it takes is one search on Instagram. That's it. Anyways, Baylor down by 12 points. Out of nowhere, they led for basically the whole game, and then Rutgers just unleashed hell upon them. Renegade 3-ball. That's off. And fouling once again, I mean, that's really it. Baylor. No. He's not Baylor. Almost free throw. One more 3, he gets it to go. Baylor at least hits 70. But again, these fouls really don't do anything. Yeah, Baylor's in the Big 12, but that's not the team he coaches. And here's Keon Carter, the freshman, also misses his free throw. And don't call it a comeback here. And it will not be a comeback as Jaskolski hits the back side of the backboard, and that's out of bounds. That's it. Baylor's called off the dogs. Rutgers with an important, how do I say it? They caught fire late when it mattered. And because of that, they are back in the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2031. And they will face Creighton in the Sweet 16. Bit of a chippy game between the two. Neither team's best performance. But what matters is that Rutgers got the job done. And there you go, it is official. 4 versus 1 in the West region. Quite the up and down round of 32. As we have some of the most unlikeliest faces in the Sweet 16. Folks, with that said, thank you very much for tuning in. Congratulations to Rutgers. And I think at some point we'll figure out a streaming schedule for the Sweet 16. I don't know how soon, but I'll keep everybody in the loop on Instagram, of course. But yeah, it's been a great. It has been a really good March Madness so far. I mean, like there have been parts where it's felt like really chalky, but for the most part, it has been a rather fun tournament. And it's crazy that in this tournament, for for it being what it is, for the first time ever, we have a true Cinderella story. I mean, like true. When we talk about Bucknell being in Sweet 16s, that's exactly what I was talking about right there. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'm sure West Virginia doesn't feel as bad that they lost now that they see Bucknell in the Sweet 16, but at the same time, damn it, I had that team going to the Elite Eight in my bracket. My bracket is destroyed, by the way, so it is what it is. It's the fun of March Madness. You try and have a good bracket, but nope, eventually it collapses. So yeah, and then 10 seed Memphis in the Sweet 16 too. Number 1 overall seed Auburn out of the tournament, with Louisville upsetting them. Battle of the Birds in the Sweet 16, by the way, Louisville and Kansas. That'll be a fun one. Yeah, you had North Carolina winning it all. Listen, I had North Carolina making the Final Four, but I knew they weren't going to win it all. But I had them in my Final Four. I forgot to make a bracket. That's tough. I guess I'll have to remember for next season, right? And then what else? So we have two of our 2 seeds are already gone. West Virginia and North Carolina. I'm trying to remember. Wisconsin and Houston are still in. Let's see. 3 seeds we have. I think all 3 of them are still in. Xavier, Oregon. Yeah, all 3 are still in. Xavier, Oregon, Duke, and Michigan State. 4 seeds. I think Rutgers is there. Providence is out. UConn is still in, and Penn State is still in. So very interesting time. So I can't wait to cook up the Sweet 16 graphic. I'm gonna try not to make it what I've usually posted, but we'll see. Depends on the timing of things. But I'd love to cook up something nice. But yeah. All right, fellas. A little tired. A little bit of a long day for me. I'm gonna log off. I'll probably be on Instagram here and there for the rest of the night. Maybe I'll do some work on the side. After all, I'm still preparing for a long off season. So, and long off season doesn't mean like, oh, I'm AFK. Like literally, it literally means that there is serious construction behind the scenes for some serious developments. So, some of you may know, some of you probably don't know, but in due time, everybody will find out what I have been working on. So, it'll really enhance things for this off season and the next season. And I am excited for once I finish it up because it is a big project. Like imagine, like, this is the first time I have used artificial intelligence to try to help me with this project. This is how big I am. This is how big of a project I'm pursuing for the off season. So I promise it's not just because I'm lazy that we're gonna have a long off season. I promise. I promise y'all. So, you know me. I love using artificial intelligence to help me with tasks. So I'm very excited for what this could potentially be. But yeah, all right, everybody. Thank y'all for hanging here. Thank y'all for spending your late Sunday night with me. And yeah, y'all will find me on Instagram for sure. And things will be figured out soon for the Sweet 16. Should be a fun second weekend. I mean, fun. I've At this point, I have no idea what's gonna happen. None. DM me real quick. Okay. All right. I'll be watching out for DMs, but after that, I'll log off probably for the night. All right, fellas. Have a good night. Take care, and see you on the gram or on Discord if y'all are out there too. Rarely it's Discord, but it's mainly Instagram. But we'll see. We'll see how we integrate Discord more because we have the servers. We just really don't use them for a whole lot, but because it's much more convenient on Instagram. But still, we'll see. All right, fellas. Have a good night. I hope you all have a great start to your week. And yeah, I'll see y'all out on the gram.